I went and got a little girl out of the well over in Botal, Texas. She was in a, you know these little sewer pipes that go down like this and they bell? Yeah. Well, they had made a water well, and that's what they used as a casing. And they'd stacked them on top of each other for 35 foot. No, I'm thinking back, 55 foot. And she was sitting on top of this thing, and she was not quite 2 years old, and she was teasing her uncle who was 2 months younger than she was, and she said, I'm going to fall in this pipe. Well, sure enough, she did. She fell in it, went down feet first, and what we didn't know was her feet were bumping up behind her. See? That's the only thing kept her from drowning. Well, when I got there, I put a big nut on a string. Went down to touch her head, and I knew how far she was, and I had another fellow watch that. I had to throw the string over towards the bank where my son and 2 other fellows were, and I said, if you feel I'm not touching her, let go, let me know how much you're letting go. Well, Maine, Texas drilled a hole 32 foot down, like they're going to drill for Bell Bottom Foundation. And when they got down 32 foot, they got into quicksand. So I had this harness, and I had to jump. I never dreamed, I weighed 225 pounds, and I never dreamed. This is very interesting. Anyway, I had to go down, they tamped the steel casing down 16 foot. That's as far as they could go. I went down there, and then after that, there was nothing but sand. Well, I dug a tunnel to where she was. The boy sat on top of that pipe and told me which direction she was. And then the process of that, I found the pipe, and where the thing belled, I knocked a chunk out right in the curve. And a little hand came up and grabbed it. And I thought she was above me, but she'd already gotten into the water. She was this deep in the water. So I told her, I said, little girl, you bow your head. And you close your eyes, because I want to make this hole bigger so I can get you out. And in the process of it, I said, don't move. Well, I said, some stuff will fall on you, but it won't hurt you. Well, that could have been a lie, because the whole damn thing could have faded in. Now, she bowed her head and all that, and I took the shovel, and I hit it again, and the hole about that way it came in, and I thought the whole thing was going to collapse, see, because the pipe was rotten. Well, there's concrete pipe. And I reached in there to get her, and I thought I'd just have to lift her out. She wasn't about to come out of that thing. I couldn't move her. So I finally got my feet on the flange and reached in there, and I pulled her on my mic, and she came up about, a foot and a half at the most. And then I pulled her on again, and that time she slammed up against me. And she says, Daddy. Well, there's always humor in anything, and I thought, hell, I've never been this far in the country before. But anybody says, Daddy, and I got her out, she wouldn't let go of me. And so, to keep from sinking in that quicksand when I dug that tunnel, they were breaking up 1 by 10 in 6 foot length, and dropping them down, and I kept, because they kept sinking, so that's what I was standing on, getting in that tunnel. Well, we got out, and they pulled us up to the top, and I sat on the ridge up there, and she had fainted on me, and we got up there, she revived. And the thing that saved that little girl's life was a young fellow had just returned from the Korean War or something, someplace, and he was a welder, and he stuck a 30-foot line down there and just opened up an oxygen bottle. She was suffocated. She was absolutely suffocated.
How old was she?
She wasn't quite 2. She was about a month, probably a year, 11 months old, something like that.
This was in the 50s also?
This was in 1967, March 22nd. Oh. But she now is married, has 2 children, and she lives in Mississippi. And she writes me usually once or twice a year. And her parents lived down in Angleton. She could say that. Well, she and I made a trip to New York with a little girl, and we were on 33 different TV programs. And one of them I could have won some money, but they had a picture plastered all over the damn town on big billboards. Oh, it was a real worldwide event, see? And this little girl, they brought her into their mother. They set her right down there, and to tell the truth, those people were supposed to figure out who was, Ransom Bill, the three of them. Man, she just sat there glued like that shit. And beside the picture, they knew who was really the real Ransom Bill.